Hey guys, we are back with another Rugby Hub podcast where we're bringing you the preview. Today's going to be a bit different. We got Gabsy, who's going to be tuning in from Spain shortly. He's on holiday and we had some technical difficulties getting the both of us connected on Zoom. However, very exciting games coming up. Australia playing against the Springboks at Adelaide Park, famous cricket venue. The Springboks don't have a great winning percentage in Australia. I think the last time that they won was in 2013. So Jock Ninoba and the boys will definitely be looking to correct that stat. And then obviously we have New Zealand playing against Argentina in New Zealand at Christchurch, which is another big match. So a lot can happen on the Rugby Championship standings for this upcoming few or 2 weeks at least, and we're very excited to see what happens. So we're going over to Gabsy, who's going to be chatting to us about the Springbok lineup ahead of the Aussie Test. Gabsy, take it away.
Hi Rugby Hub viewers, thank you for tuning in again. Sorry it's a bit different this week, we had a little bit of technical issues. We will be back with a normal meeting next week with the review. Just a quick update for the Springbok team. They changed the bench from a 6-2 to a 5-3. We see some changes in the back line. Faf de Klerk being fit again, coming in, and Warwick Gelant slotting into that 14 position. For the front three, we see no changes. Locks, no changes. Loose forwards, no changes. So that means Dweba getting another go. There has been some question marks, should Mark start? He did not get the start there. And then, also Oxenchair getting another chance. And also Dwayne Vermeulen getting another chance. I think, of course, Jock and Rassie has a plan with that. I don't know, Gweri, what do you have to say about that? I think you would have said, we know Dwayne Vermeulen, we know he can deliver in the big matches, but why don't we give the youngsters a chance? You have a guy like Evan Roos who's really in form. He's been tremendous throughout the URC. You have Jasper Wiese who's also in form. Maybe give Dwayne a go against the Argentinians, but nevertheless, he's getting another chance. I think he will put up his hand. And then you see also Frans Steyn coming in on the bench with Elton Jantjies. It's not even sure. Jock Ninoba has said if Elton would actually get game time. So really interesting that they're doing that. I mean, a guy like Willie Leroux has been an excellent nick. I'm a little bit confused why he's not playing this game. South Africa does not have the best winning percentage. With this particular squad and group of Jock and Rassie, they don't have any wins in Australia. So zero winning percentage in Australia. I think the boys really need to come with a big play and they need to really deliver. I'm definitely going to go with the Bokke. I really have a good gut feeling about it. I know they are with their backs against the wall, and we've seen in recent weeks it seems like we like to deliver, when we're under pressure, like that last game against Wales and also the first game against the Kiwis. So I'm going to go Bokke by 5 to 10 points, so let's say 7 points Bokke. And then for the All Blacks game, I'm going to go with the All Blacks securing that one with 10 plus. I just think they will be too strong at Christchurch. And thank you guys so much for all the subscribes and likes and views. Please keep bringing us your friends and family to subscribe and like and view. And thanks Gweri. We'll be back next week with a review to the normal studio in our setup. And I hope you guys enjoy what we have in take this week.
Great insight there from Gabsy. It doesn't look like the best weather in Spain at the moment. But nevertheless, very interesting to see going with a consistent sort of approach in terms of selection for the Springboks. Very interesting to see that he still backs the likes of Dwayne Vermeulen, who's didn't have the best outing in his first game back, playing against New Zealand in that second test, actually being subbed on the 30th minute. So he'll be looking to get some more minutes under his belt. And then for Joseph Dweba, who wouldn't be too happy with his performance against New Zealand in that second test, not hitting his line-out marks. Let's chat a little bit about the Australian lineup, which I really like. They've got some players back from injury and really bolstering their forward pack. They've gone with a 6-2 split, which we've come accustomed to for the Springboks. Very interesting to see that Dave Rennie has gone with that approach. Although the forwards seem to really play a sort of niggle style rugby, very confrontational approach under Dave Rennie. They really look like they can get under the skin of the Springboks pack. They showed in last year's 2 test matches in Australia how they really got under the skin of the Springboks. So yeah, that's going to be a very interesting battle up front. They're coming up against a very strong Springbok pack, but you have the likes of Alan Alatoa back in the mix with Slipper as the captain in the front row, which brings then Tupou on the bench, which is a great open play sort of front row forward. Good with ball in hand, great leg drive, the Tongan Thor as they call him. So definitely expecting a lot from the forwards from Australia, and they really would like to assert some dominance in the set piece. And if they can take that away from the Springboks, they will get a lot of confidence in that game and then sort of build on that. So that's going to be an area where Dave Rennie really would want his troops to assert some dominance and then obviously put a little bit of pressure on Joseph Dweba on the lineouts. So it's going to be very interesting. And then, yeah, they've backed Noah Lolodesio on, I might have just thrown an extra L there in his name, but they've backed the young gun to be the pivot, number 10 for the Australian side. He's a player who plays with confidence. Didn't have his best sort of series against England. In that first match, he wasn't expected to start. He came off the bench. But then had to start in that game due to injury just before kickoff. And he played an exceptional game, really pulled the strings well. He's got the ability to let that Australian attack from deep, which can cause the Springbok rush defense some trouble, especially with the likes of Hunter Paisami, Ikitau, who's been in great form in the midfield. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. And then you got Reece Hodge on fullback, and for his backup, you got Callaway coming back from injury on the bench. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be definitely a very interesting game. Both teams sort of have a great kicking game in terms of both teams also kick off 9 more than off 10. So that's definitely going to be an interesting battle between those two. So very excited to see. Jock Nienaber only has a 59% win record at the moment after the Rugby World Cup, which isn't great. It's not what we expect from the Springboks. So they'll definitely want to go out and break some sort of that losing streak that they have in Australia. And then Dave Rennie, I mean, he's only won 10 out of 25 test matches. So he's also looking to build some continuity with his squad heading into the Rugby World Cup. So both teams, both coaches, a lot to prove. So it's going to be really fun to see this game. A 7:30 kickoff in the morning for our South African viewers. Now we're going to move on to the Argentina and New Zealand game in Christchurch. Both teams coming off a very impressive win. The All Blacks beating the Springboks at Ellis Park with an emphatic win. Really a phenomenal game and performance from the All Blacks. They're definitely going to look to build some continuity. They've gone for a more consistent selection as well, in the sense that Richie Mo'unga will be starting at 10. No Beauden Barrett. He hurt his neck, unfortunately, in the warm-ups or in the training this week. But Richie Mo'unga will play very well. I mean, he had a fantastic outing against the Springboks at that Ellis Park test. And also he's playing at his Crusaders home. And that would really make him feel comfortable there as the pivot. And then, it will be interesting to see the likes of Riku Ioane, Will Jordan maybe get some space against Argentina, who's adopted a more NRL rugby league sort of defensive, which is also quite rushing. So it'll be very interesting to see how they go against them. And then on the other side, for Argentina, no De La Fuente, unfortunately, this week. It turns out me and Gabsy, when we said he faked a hamstring injury when he went on to score that try, he actually did pull his hamstring in one of our viewers left a comment in our comment section saying that should actually be even more impressive, which it is. So no De La Fuente, Orlando coming in for him, and they'll still be very dangerous as they were against Australia, beating Australia at 7 tries to 2. So a lot of interesting factors that would be playing into that game as well. Very exciting to see. Ian Foster still has a lot to prove. Michael Cheika with his troops will really look to upset the All Blacks, which would be the favourites for this game to win. Let us know in the comments some of the team selections that you would have liked to see, and then also what your predictions will be for the scores this weekend. We'll tune in with you guys for the review after the games, and we're looking forward to reading your comments. Have a good one, and we'll tune in again soon.